Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Friday, the Friday before the finale of Zach Shellcross's season of The Bachelor. And we've got several different pieces of tea to share with you guys. This is a no-spoiler video. We truly don't know what's about to go down on Monday. I don't know if any of this is hype or if there's something more, telling about what is about to emerge, maybe possibly Monday morning regarding the show. Okay? I know that's a lot of cryptic things to share. It's only going to get more cryptic. We have Rhea from Chicks in the Office podcast. She talks about the tea she has, but doesn't tell us what it is. And then we have a TikToker who shares tea, but not who it is about. Do you understand? So we're going to get into all that. And I want to thank you guys so much for making the Bachelor Rush Hour podcast so successful this month. As you guys know, because of all the new listeners that have come over to the podcast, we've been able to get the attention of some ad companies, and they've been giving us good advertisements, and we've been making some more revenue over there. I'm going to continue to put more love into that child known as Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast. So we have original content this afternoon for you right there. Plus, yesterday's podcast, if you didn't listen, I shared another clip of my on-stage conversation with Katie Thurston. I censored and bleeped out all of the sort of jaw-dropping things that were said, but go have a listen and see if you can piece together what we were talking about. Okay, so we're going to get into it right now. Like I said, we have two pieces of content. The second being a very interesting TikTok video. The first being what Rhea had to say regarding the shitstorm she created. She just tweeted this: "Good morning, there's a new episode of Chicks in the Office out, and I have been causing chaos all week." All right, let's hear what she has to say.
You have caused absolute pandemonium in Bachelor Nation. The Bachelor Nation is lit on fire, and you poured the gasoline and then threw the match, and you've just been laughing.
It is quite literally the gif of Heath Ledger as the Joker when he leaves the hospital and he lights it on fire and he just walks away and he's like,
yep,
what'd I do?
Yeah.
And you guys warned me about this. You were like, you don't realize, Rhea, how seriously they take it. I didn't realize how seriously they take it. I still don't care.
Yeah.
I still find it to be humorous. I still find it to be entertaining. And that is going to cause people to despise me. And I really don't care about that because I have made it very clear that I don't take The Bachelor too seriously. And that's probably why I'm being very lackadaisy is the word.
Lackadaisical.
Lackadaisy is the short for
lackadaisical?
You never heard someone say lackadaisy?
Never.
Look it up.
Never.
Because I'm telling you that's a thing. Sarah, can you look that up?
I've never.
If you just said that, I wouldn't second guess it.
By the way, I'm so jealous of their Dunkin' sponsorship. They all have giant cups of Dunkin' Donuts. What I would give, that's when you know I'll made it, when I have a Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship.
I've never. Lackadaisy.
Yeah. It's just being like,
being lackadaisical.
Get to it.
Yeah.
La-di-da.
La-di-da. That's how I've been treating this, as la-di-da. I know this information. Now, it has gotten the Bachelor spoil, like Reality Steve is apparently not I didn't listen to the podcast.
I hate it when this happens. I hate it when someone gets secondhand information. Go listen to what Reality Steve had to say. Was he a little grumpy? Yeah, but it was less about Rhea and more about the hype that people have over unsubstantiated rumors.
Trying to, but like I was trying to skim to find it, and then I got frustrated, and I just was like, all right, whatever.
He's like, stay in your lane.
Yeah, he's like, he thinks reality Rhea's coming through, and I can promise.
Sound to it.
Yeah, I can promise. I do not want to be the spoiler girl.
You don't want to be in the spoiler game.
I don't want to be in the spoiler game. I realize I have entered the spoiler game.
Not really.
At my own risk. And I'm not complaining. I have this information that everybody wants. Everybody wants
All Reality Steve did was question the fact that Rhea said somebody told her they had crazy information, and the person that told it to her said it's a 100%. And then Rhea goes, I believe it 90%. And Reality Steve goes, what do you have to go off of that you believe it 90%? And then the lady told Rhea, or the person, the source told Rhea, you have to trust me. I'm not a troll. Which, if you've ever dealt with trolls, is the first thing a troll says.
Information. And I will agree with the people that are getting mad at me. They're like, there's nothing more annoying when somebody says I have information and I can't share it. I'm not sharing it not because I am getting joy out of not sharing it. I would love to share it with the world.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell you for a week. I've been trying to tell Trent and Kelly for a week. You guys have been shushing me off.
Yeah.
So the question is, does the information Rhea have line up with the information we're about to share with you from the TikToker who says the real tea after the finale of The Bachelor? And we don't know. We don't know if Rhea wanted to give this information to someone, but clearly she didn't want to anger the bosses that be, because this is a corporate podcast. It's owned and operated by Barstool. They get all of the good contestants, so there is a very obvious bias there that they don't want to spoil information that might come out Monday night, because they get the Hannah Browns and they get the big interviews.
Some Chicks in the Office listeners want to hear it. Some don't.
Release the spoiler.
I also don't want to piss off ABC.
Exactly.
We want to go to the finale.
We have
I've
now
just been told.
Just give me the spoiler, back it up right by the loading dock. We're next to the other spoilers. And then, okay, that's near Dale's Toes merchandise. Okay, so
Let's hold off until Monday.
Yeah, that checks out, because if they want to invite us to the finale, they don't want Rhea potentially
They don't want me spoiling your show.
So what they're saying is, if they, and by the way, those donuts look amazing too. Golly, they got it going on. They got a nice brick. They got the whole thing. Maybe too much color behind there. It's a distracting. Okay, but either way, I love their podcast. Have me on. Please DM them. Get me on their show, please, right? I'm not Tyler Cameron. I know. I don't have the jaw, whatever. Okay, so either way, we're going to play the next TikTok that has more tea, but doesn't say who it's about. And we can speculate. Just keep the speculation as like a controlled wildfire. Keep it here. Don't reach out to any contestants or any of that, and it ruins the fun of it all. All right, so they may go to the live finale on Monday, and if they do, whatever information they have, I don't know how it would play into the live finale. Like, say they have information that hasn't come out yet, so it doesn't get addressed on the live finale, then what do they do with the information? Either way, we just don't know what it is. Let's listen to Positively Uncensored in their TikTok, explaining a little more in depth the tea that they have.
Listen up, Bachelor fans, because
Okay.
I've got the tea, okay?
I got the tea.
A lot of people want to know what happens after the show and after filming.
True.
I've done a separate video about who I've heard the winner is, so you can go back and reference that. But what I've heard through the grapevine is that allegedly the winner has already been in contact with their ex. I can't confirm that her and Zach are not together, because I have heard that they're still together, but I have also heard through the grapevine that she's contacted her ex and they've been in touch. I'm not sure if this means that a split is coming. I'm not sure if this means that there's doubt, but this is what I've heard, and I'm sharing the tea with you. Follow me, because when I have tea, I'll give it to you.
Follow me, because when I have tea that I heard through the grapevine, doesn't that make you just want to go through the grapevine? Okay, I just imagine this cup of tea just like kind of like dancing through the grapevine. It's Friday. Didn't have an edible today, but they were my. By the way, if you do want gummy edibles, I have a sponsor on Bachelor Rush Hour. I don't have them as a sponsor on YouTube, so I'm not going to share that information. But I do have a 30% off discount code. So if you go to the podcast, you'll see all the information in the discount. Okay, that's not a sponsor. That's just me, pitching a sponsor for something else. Okay, so anyway, Positively Uncensored says, I've got the tea. It's in the grapevine. Let me tell you something. You never hear, as far as how reliable this tea may be, that, okay, so the tea being that the winner of Zach's season of The Bachelor, whoever that may be, has been in contact with their ex. I guess the question is, what are they in contact about? Do they share a dog and they need to, talk about custody? Are they sending nude sexual organ photos? What could it possibly be that they're in contact about? That is important. You're never going to hear in the court of law, like, well, Your Honor, I'm going to present my evidence. And where did you get this evidence? Through the grapevine. No, it's firsthand evidence. So either way, people do exist on the internet to throw other people off with regards to their spoilers. If this person has tea that turns out to be true, their stock will go up 1,000%. If it turns out not to be true, they just are another TikToker. That's fine. I don't mean that as some sort of slur, you TikToker. TikToker, we don't stop. Bang, bang, boogie to the beat. So Rhea's over there And again, she, God bless her, didn't listen to what Reality Steve had to say. Even if she got pretty good information about what he had to say, it's hard to respond. I mean, all she had to do was find out what he said. But of course, this is the world we live in. When something's in a podcast and it's not a headline, we don't have enough time to go through it, and then we don't have all the information. That's how it works. Although, yeah, Reality Steve was his normal level of snark, but that's why he's successful. No shame in the game. All right, let's just finish off what she has to say here regarding the tea she hasn't spilled yet.
Massive,
So
something
that
massive
is
to
why
happen.
I have.
But from my understanding is like Monday's Chicks in the Office show. Like, if you want to talk about it on Monday's show, which will still come out before the Bachelor.
Right. We'll see. But as of now, I can't tell this information.
Yeah.
I did not know. Listen, I tweeted yesterday about this information.
To be completely honest,
And
like
Mills-
I'm at the point where I'm going to crack because now it's driving me not necessarily driving me insane of not knowing. It's just like now.
Just get the spoilers there. I feel like it's easier. It's easier once you have the spoilers because it's like we still don't know what's going to go down.
I'm just getting annoyed. Like I'm just
I
like,
know.
you know.
I know. I'm being very annoying. I'm very aware. I'm being obnoxious. I'm being annoying. I'm, loving that people are going crazy over this. If I was in their position, I would not be loving me. So
Yeah.
I get it. I tweeted about this information yesterday, which is then why Robert Mills reached out and was like,
Yeah.
can we get you guys to come to the finale?
Yeah.
So he is aware that I have this information that I am not sharing and invited us to the finale. And now I don't want to ruin Fran, Kelly, and Trent
Right.
chances
What
of
if
going
he
to the
brings
finale
you up? All right, let's hear what the spoiler is.
when they are dying to get to the
Imagine
finale.
Jesse Palmer takes the microphone and he just goes, "All right, we have somebody in the audience with some important information.
You
Rhea,
break it.
please stand up and tell us
and then
all
they
what
just
you've
boo
heard."
me and tell me it's wrong.
and that's the risk she runs, is that her information just might be completely wrong.
Kelly, myself, we're on the same page where if this does happen and what you know is addressed during the live after show, we want a authentic, real, in the moment, potentially on camera reaction to what it
Yes.
is. So we are holding out.
Okay, and could this be, by the way, get the X-Files music, could this be some sort of sinister plot by Robert Mills to use pawns of Chicks in the Office to create hype for Monday night? It could be. I don't believe that to be the case. She'd be a great actress if it is. But of course, Robert says, the creator of the show says, we should have Rhea at the live finale. And she goes, is this an invite to myself and the rest of the Cutting Stems group? And he says, could you get out here? That's kind of like when a guy booty calls you and he's like, look, I'm not going to get you an Uber, but can you get out here? We'll bang if you can get out here, but I'm not going to get you an Uber. Plus, how about this? I'll give you an Uber pool if you can make it out. You know what I mean? All right, folks, let me know what you guys think. We'll have more content coming your way. We're going to be on the Patreon this morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to join the Patreon for behind-the-scenes bonus content, that's where it'll be this afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour. As always, your daily podcast that gives you all the Bachelor news we didn't get to, plus some of our highlights from YouTube. And don't forget, I'll be on Instagram. You can check out where I'm performing tonight. And I'm going to be interviewing Reality Steve if you want to see that. He's in Los Angeles, so that interview will be up on Bachelor Rush Hour very shortly. All right, folks, more content coming your way.